Hello students, welcome to the channel Brain Drain. My name is Neha Bhatia and this video is for class 11th accountancy chapter 3 theory base of accounting. In this video, we will study some accounting principles and assumptions. Before this, first I'll explain you that what are accounting principle and assumptions and why we are studying this. So students, in my previous video I explained you that what is the main aim of the business and some qualitative characteristics of business. So what is the main aim of the business? The main aim of the business is to know profit and loss of the business and financial position of the business. But how to achieve this main aim? If we will not record our transactions properly, so we will not get our actual profit and loss. So these principles, the main objective of accounting can be achieved only when accounting records are maintained on the basis of some rules and principle. अगर हम because I told you that accounting is a systematic process. We keep the record in systematic way. So what is this systematic way? This systematic way going according to some uniform principles and rules. These principles are the base of the accounting. ये accounting का base होते हैं. Without these principles and rules we cannot record systematically our accounts. So that's why follow these principles and rules are very important. So for these principles and rules, there is some word we use, GAAP. GAAP. What is the full form of this word? Generally accepted accounting principles. Now by this also you can get that generally accepted accounting principles means these principles are accepted in whole over the world. Means we have selected so many business, even all the business are using. That's why I told you some qualitative characteristics of the information in the business means. And what was the last one? The understandable and comparable. So if we want to compare, suppose in my business 1 year I'm recording the transactions with some other rule and another year I'm recording the transaction with some other rule and other business are recording according to them. So we cannot compare our transactions, we cannot compare our information with our business also with the previous year's figure, and we cannot compare with other business also. So that's why some rules have been established and all the business has to use these principles. So that's why we call these generally accepted accounting principles, means these rules or guidelines adopted for recording of business ट्रांजेक्शन्स. बिजनेस ट्रांजेक्शन्स को रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए इन प्रिंसिपल्स को और इन अजम्पशंस को यूज़ करना होता है. सो नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम अकाउंटिंग assumptions. There are 3 assumptions: going concern, consistency and accrual basis. How many assumptions? Going concern, consistency and accrual basis. So now you first come to going concern assumption. What is going concern assumption? You can understand by the name also. Going concern, according to this assumption, according to this concept, we assume that which business we have started, which enterprise we have started, it will have indefinite life. It will have indefinite life or existence. Means it is assumed that the business has neither intention to liquidate the business, liquidate its operation, or nor scale down its operation. मीन्स हमारा ऐसा कुछ भी इरादा नहीं होता है जब हम बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते हैं. सपोज आप बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, सो वॉट आर यू थिंकिंग इन योर माइंड दैट आफ्टर 1 year और आफ्टर 2 year और आफ्टर 5 years you will close your business? No. Or after some time you will sell your assets, all building, all the assets, and you will get cash? No. When we are starting a business, we always assume that our business in will run for the indefinite life. जब मतलब जितना हो सके उतना ज़्यादा चले. हम कुछ ऐसे we don't fix time for the business that we will run our business for 5 years, for some years. We always think that our business will run continuously. So what is the going concern concept? That life of business is indefinite, because according to going concern concept we assume that the life of the business will be indefinite. Means our intention is not our intention when we have started the business, our intention is not liquidate the business or scale down its operation. Operation means activities, events which are going on the business. हम हमारा इंटेंशन नहीं होता कि ना तो हम लिक्विडेट करेंगे, मीन्स वी विल नॉट सेल ऑल दी एसेट्स एंड ऑल एंड वी विल गेट कैश. एंड आर इंटेंशन इज नॉट दैट वी विल स्केल डाउन इट्स ऑपरेशन, कि हम अपनी एक्टिविटीज़ को, बिजनेस में हो रही ऑपरेशंस को नीचे कर देंगे, कम कर देंगे या कुछ भी कर देंगे. आर ऑलवेज aim when we have started the business that our business will run for indefinite life, and we will always increase the operation of the business, not scale down. I think this concept is clear to you. Now you come to the next concept, consistency concept. What is the consistency concept? According to this assumption, according to this concept, according to this concept, we assume that accounting practices, means accounting rules, once selected or adopted, should be applied consistently year after year. What does it mean? Means there are for recording one thing there are so many methods, 2 3 methods. So first we have, when we have started, we have to adopt the methods for recording. So which methods we are recording? Once we have selected that this method we will use, so we will use the same method year after year. Why? Because if we will change our method again and again, so we cannot compare our P&L and financial position even for our business with the previous year figures. We cannot compare because previous year we were using some other method, now this year we are using some other method, so we cannot compare. So according to this assumption, we assume, according to this concept, that once any practice has selected or adopted, it has to be applied consistently year after year. So what is this concept? That once any practice in business selected or adopted will be used every year consistently. Okay, I can give you example. There is one term, depreciation. So depreciation means the lack in the assets. Suppose you have purchased a machinery in the business, and this machinery, anything, any assets, always the value of any assets always decrease. So means there is a lack year after year in the assets. So for that we have, means there is a word for that, depreciation. It's called depreciation means. And for applying depreciation we have so many method कि हम जो उसमें लैग दिखा रहे हैं अपने business में year after year. So for providing that depreciation we have two three methods. So which method we have selected once, that method we have to apply year after year. But it doesn't mean that you cannot change. You can change once you are in need, but according to this concept you have to take same method. But if you want to change you can change. Fine. Now the third one is accrual basis. Accrual basis assumption. According to this assumption, suppose, before this I will give you example. Suppose one consumer came to your business and he or she took, he or she purchased some goods from you, but he or she has not paid. So that is debtor for you. I told you in basic accounting terms that person is debtor for you. So but he or she has not paid money to you. So you will record this transaction in your business or not? Yes. If we will not record, then how will we get to know that this much of goods we have sold? We have to record whether the person has paid or not paid, whether the business has paid or not paid, but we have to record. So according to this assumption, revenue and expense both, revenue and expense both, means income and expense, revenue and expense both has to be recorded when they recognized, has to be recorded when they recognized, whether paid, whether cash is paid or not or received. Means if maybe we have not received the cash, maybe we have not paid the cash, but these revenue and expenditure has to be recorded when they recognized. So all three these concepts are clear to you. Going concern means we assume that our business will run for indefinite life. Consistency, once any practice is selected or adopted, will be used year after year. And accrual basis means all the revenues and expenses have to be recorded when they recognized, whether the cash paid, not paid, or not received. Clear? Now let's start accounting principles. What are the accounting principles? There are so many accounting principles, but I have selected some which are very important. First we will start from accounting, or you can say business entity principle. According to this principle, owner of the business is separate from owner of the business is separate from business. Means the business has its separate existence. Suppose you have started a business, you have started a business. So which transactions we will record according to business point of view. We assume business as a person, we assume business as an entity. Business is treated as an entity. you are the just creditor of the business. You are the just creditor of the business. Why you are the creditor of the business? Because you have given capital to the business. आपने business को, because we are treating business is a separate entity, मतलब हम business को एक person की तरह treat करते हैं, and you have given some money to the business to start its operation. That's why you are the creditor of the business only. All the transactions which we will record according to business point of view, not from the owner point of view. So what is the accounting entity? That according to this principle, business is treated as an entity, means business is treated as an as a person which is separate from its owner. So all the transactions are recorded, analyzed, and financial statements are prepared from the business point of view, not from the owner point of view. And owner is treated as a creditor for his investment in the business. Now we will write in a very short way that accounting entity principle is, according to this principle, business is separate from owner. First point, all transactions recorded, analyzed, and financial statement prepared from business point of view. And third, owner is a creditor for business. Got? So for this principle, you just keep these three things in your mind, that business is separate from its owner, and all transactions recorded, analyzed, and financial statement prepared from business point of view, not from owner point of view. And owner is just a creditor for the business. And why? In which extent? In his capital extent, because owner has given some capital to the business. That's why owner is the creditor for the business. Clear? Now you come to the next principle, money measurement. Even I told you that before recording the transaction, first we have to identify the transaction, that this transaction will be recorded or not. And I told you that the transaction, if we can show this transaction in terms of money, then we will record, otherwise we will not record. So this identified process is according to which principle? This principle, money measurement principle. So according to this principle, only those transactions that can be measured in money or can be expressed in terms of money will be recorded in books of account of the business, otherwise we will not record. So what is money measurement concept? Well, principle, that which transactions which transactions that can be measured or express in money will be recorded only. Got it? So according to this principle, which transactions of the business can be measured or expressed in terms of money will be recorded in the business. Fine. Now you come to the next principle, accounting principle, accounting period principle. Even this also I told you that we we are preparing profit and loss account. We in the business we prepare profit and loss account and balance sheet, these two types of account. So profit and loss account prepared for to know profit and loss of the business, and this to know financial position of the business. But which but we are preparing these accounts when? So first of all, you remember that concept. Which one? Going concern. So according to going concern, we assume that our business will run for indefinite life. Means, so that life we don't know. So when we will prepare these profit and loss account and balance sheet, अगर हमने assume किया है that our business we will not stop it, so when we will prepare? So that's why this whole business life, we have separated this life into parts. Parts, and these parts are called the accounting period. And these parts you can do according to you 1 year, that you will prepare these accounts after 1 year, 6 months, but mainly these are for 1 year. So according to this principle, the whole life of the business is divided into parts, and these parts are known as accounting period. Accounting period is usually a period of 1 year, usually, not always, means not for all the business, it's not mandatory. Usually accounting period is usually of 1 year. I'm not saying mandatory, I'm saying usually it's of 1 year. And that year may be financial year, or that year can be calendar year, means is according to business. And according to consistency concept, business has to decide that which accounting period the business will select. Then after that they cannot change. So if they are adopting financial year, so it financial year is 1st April to 31st March, and calendar year is 1st January to 31st December. So what is the accounting period principle? That the whole life of the business divided into parts, and these parts are called accounting period. Accounting period is usually for 1 year. It can be financial also, 1st April to 31st March, and it can be calendar year also, 1st January to 31st December. Clear? Now come to the next principle, prudence principle. Which principle? Prudence principle. According to this principle, we in generally accepted accounting principles, we have decided that, means the whole over they are using, all the business are using this, that profit in anticipated, means the anticipated profit will not be recorded, but anticipated loss will be recorded in the business. Anticipated profit will not be recorded, but anticipated loss will be recorded immediately in the business accounts. Now what is the anticipated profit and anticipated loss? Anticipated means which we are expecting. Suppose we have done a deal, so for that deal we are expecting that we will get the profit. हुआ नहीं है, we are expecting only. हम सिर्फ expect कर रहे हैं कि profit होगा, हुआ नहीं है. So that expecting profit will not be recorded. नहीं हुआ तो फिर हमें बाद में क्या हो जाएगा? If we have recorded but we have not got the profit, so after that we will get the loss. If we are expecting that from that deal we will incur the loss, so that has to be recorded immediately. This principle says that from any deal we are expecting any profit, that is called anticipated profit, that has not to be recorded. But if there is anticipated loss, हुआ नहीं है loss, we are expecting the loss, that has to be recorded immediately. Clear? Now next is cost principle. What is the cost principle? According to this principle, an asset is recorded in the books of accounts at its original cost. So for this I am giving you example. Suppose you have purchased a machinery for the business of rupees 90,000, but you have done some expenses like cartage expenses, means आपने भाड़ा दिया है for getting that machinery into business, then for 5,000, then you have given 5,000 for establishing in your business that machinery. So this machinery that you have purchased, these assets will be recorded in the business of total of this amount. Record these assets into business, we will record for the amount of 1 lakh, not for 90,000. So according to this cost principle, an asset in the books of account will be recorded to its original cost, comprising cost of acquisition and all expenditure incurred for making the asset ready to use. कि हम जितनी भी एसेट बिजनेस के लिए परचेज कर रहे हैं, प्लस जब तक वो एसेट्स रेडी नहीं हो जाती यूज़ करने के लिए, तब तक के सारे एक्सपेंस उसमें ऐड करके देन वी विल गेट द एक्चुअल cost of the business, and that cost will be recorded in the business. Clear? Now the last is dual aspect principle. According to this principle, we will do the further accounting treatments recording all the practicals we will do according to this principle, dual aspect. According to this principle, every business has two aspect. Every business has two aspect: debit and credit. Debit and credit means for every debit there is a credit. And in the simple language, when you will record an entry in the business, that entry will give effect two sides. That entry will give effect in the accounts two side, debit also, credit also. Means every transaction will be recorded two sides, will have the two aspect, debit also and credit also. This will be clear to you more when we will record the transactions, when we will do journal entries and ledgers and all the accounting treatments. So according to this principle, dual aspect principle, every business has two aspect, debit and credit. Means there is always a credit for a debit and there is always a debit for a credit. Clear? So these 6 principles are very important, so that's why I have explained. Rest you just have a look in the book they all have given. These principle you have to keep it in your mind when you will record the transactions. Clear? Thank you.